we are so excited for today's guest. I've been waiting a few weeks behind the scenes, messaging him and stalking him on social media in order to get our hometown hero, Kenzie Wheeler, second place on The Voice, onto our show. So welcome, Kenzie. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
What an amazing experience, not just to get on the show, but to come in second place. And honestly, from everything I listened to, I think you are the big winner. I really think you did a fantastic job. Tell us a little bit about how that opportunity came to be.
Well, I kind of put it off for a while. I watched American Idol when I was younger. And then, when The Voice, started, came out or whatever you want to say, however you want to call it. I started watching it, and I always had a dream, to be on, The Voice. And I kind of put it off for a while, and I finally said, what the heck, I'm going to send a video in. So my mom helped me, and that's kind of how, it went down. I just decided to send a video in, and she helped me, and we sent one in. And I went to North Carolina to, do like a little pre-audition thingy. And then they wanted me to go to California for a blind audition. So I went to California and got a blind audition and got on the show. So that's how it kind of all went down.
Now, Kenzie, prior to this, give us a little bit of background as far as what you were up to try to further along your musical career. Were you playing in local bars, coffee shops? What were you doing?
Well, I guess you say before COVID, I was, playing here and there, wasn't playing a whole lot of shows. Like I played the House of Blues for my big album release party in 2018. And I did a show at the Hard Rock and opened up for Craig Campbell in Winter Haven, and did like a 4th of July event and here and there. I wasn't doing a whole lot of like shows, but I was just kind of still developing, my voice and stuff and all that, and who I wanted to be as an artist and everything. But when COVID rolled around, I was kind of just sitting idle, I think a lot of people were. And I decided to send a video in. I think, everything happens for a reason. I think it was at the right time, the right moment. And I'm really happy that I did it. I think I learned a lot from The Voice, and just took it and ran with it. And, here we are. So, yeah.
And tell us about your time in California. How long were you there? And what was it like working with Kelly Clarkson?
So I was in California. The whole process was about probably half a year. It was about last October, November when I started with everything. I'd go out there for a month, and then I made it to the battles and knockouts. I came back home for a little while, then I went back out for like a month and a half. Came back home and I went back out for the live shows. So it was all in all about 5 or 6 months. And Kelly's amazing. She's a wonderful person, so down to earth, and she's really, really, a great coach. And if somebody's wanting to go on The Voice and they happen to are able to pick her as her coach, I would definitely recommend going with her.
Well, and that's a great point, because of course we just talked about her being the very first of these reality music stars. Did that experience of hers help you in this show? Because again, the other musicians, they came up the tough way, right? Doing all the bar gigs all the way up to becoming stars. Kelly won it very much in the same way that you were a part of this show. Did that kind of an experience give you a different perspective?
I think it did, and just with her having that experience, and being in my shoes when, she was, I guess you could say around my age or younger, being on American Idol, I think, that helps her a lot in, guiding, I guess you could say guiding her, her people on her team, and helping them in whatever ways it is possible. So I believe that she really knows what she's doing on and off the show throughout her career, and being on the show and helping the contestants as much as possible throughout the show. So
Kenzie, you're a hometown kid. You grew up born and raised here in Dover. Well, I don't know if you were born here, but you're raised in Dover. You were a high school grad at Armwood High School, right?
Oh, Strawberry Crest.
Oh, Strawberry Crest. Oops, sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Strawberry Crest High School. I know you were a baseball player, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you were on the baseball team. And were you at the time when you were in high school still singing and performing?
So I always really loved music. When I was younger, I would sing with my mom, you know, and stuff around the house. She would pop CDs in the stereo, and we'd, you know, sing George Strait's 50 number one hits, or Kenny Chesney's, you know, greatest hits album, or what, you know, anything, you know. So and you know, in elementary school, I did all county chorus. Got to sing at the Tampa Performing Arts Center, and going into from elementary school to middle school, I kind of like didn't do anything with music really, because my voice was changing a lot. So it was kind of all over the place. I don't know if y'all heard that before, but I've said that in a couple on The Voice and stuff. I said that a couple times because it was all over the place. My mom was like, I don't know if you're going to have a voice or anything, you know, but
that teenage hormone, puberty.
Yeah. Yeah. So thankfully when I got into high school, I started taking it serious when I was in high school, you know, singing karaoke and stuff, and started going to Uncle Mike's and singing karaoke, and my voice kind of developed over time. And throughout being in high school and throughout the years, I got better and better, you know, and that's kind of how, you know, I got better with my voice, and just kept practicing. You know, I had a karaoke machine at my house, and, you know, from singing at home and playing shows and stuff, you know, my voice developed and got better. So
now, as someone who enjoys singing myself, and of course, your love for country music is very obvious. What are some of the artists that are not country that you look to for inspiration, for motivation?
That's a good question. Yes, I don't really, you know, to be straight up with you, I don't really listen to anything that much besides country. That's just,
oh wow,
you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're a purist at heart.
Listen to country. Not that there's nothing wrong with other genres of music. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's just what I've always listened to country music. that's just me, you know. So
let me ask you this: do you receive guidance from Kelly and from the show of what songs you can sing? Obviously, you love country music. Mm-hmm. You've got a knack for it. You seem very natural with it. Do they have a catalog of songs to choose from? Do you come in with the songs you'd like to sing? How does that work?
Yeah, so for like the blinds and stuff, you would send in a list of like potential songs that you would like to see, but they have a list that you pick from. More so for the blinds and like the battles and knockouts, you pick from their list pretty much that they have, and then like kind of all pick together pretty much. And then for the lives, I sent in a 25 song list that I would love to sing, you know, on live TV, and I've always wanted to sing, and that suits my voice very well. And then kind of we all pick from that what would be the best. Sorry if you just hear a baby in the background, it's my nephew crying, but we would kind of pick from all that in the live shows. So
now, before the show, had you gotten to travel much? Had you been to other parts of the country, or was this kind of a big cultural shock for you as well?
This was actually the first time I've been away from home by myself, you know, so it was, you know, really different for me, and it was a first for me. It sucked being away from everybody. I missed them a lot, you know, being out there for a month and a half at a time. It was like, wow, it's kind of not sucks, but it just sucked being away from home. But you know, it was different out there. But I didn't get to see much, you know. I had to stay in a hotel room for the whole time pretty much, unless I was doing something with the show. I couldn't like really go nowhere and, you know, see the beaches. Yes, because of COVID and stuff like that. I could walk around the hotel and in places, around the hotel, but that's about it. So, but it was a great experience. And it's something that I'll always remember and can tell my kids one day for sure.
So you talk a little bit about your family. Do you have siblings? I know you mentioned you have a nephew. I've seen you with pictures of your nephew. So tell us about your family.
Yeah, so I have one brother. He'll be 34 this year in August, and he has a 2-year-old. It'll be two in August, and then he has another little boy that just turned. He's 4 months old. So I got 2 nephews, Jennings and Woods, and then it's just me and my brother, and I got mom and dad's Patty and Marty, and my brother's wife's Autumn, and my brother's name's Corey. So just one big happy family.
That's great. Family is important. So
yes,
when you were doing The Voice, did you take a leave of absence? I know you work for a major grocery store chain. I've seen it mentioned in some places. I'll leave it to you if you want to mention. But did they hold your position for you? Are you back working, or are you pursuing music full time?
So they worked with me. Publix did throughout the whole process, which I was very thankful for them for doing that. They worked with me so much. But I decided not to go back, which they were completely cool with. They're like, we didn't want you to, to come back, in a form of that. They didn't want me to come back, because they want me to see me succeed at this and, chase my dreams. And so, yeah, I told them I wasn't coming back a couple days ago, and I'm going to, pursue music full on and, chase this dream. So
I was going to say, Kenzie, I think you're well on your way to achieving your dream. I think you've got all the platform established. I think you've got, some momentum going. You've certainly got the chops. You've got your signature look you developed for the show, which I have to mention it, of course, the mullet, but it suits you so well. You look good when you've got your belt buckle on and you're dressed up like, a traditional, country music singer. It's a great look. So tell me a little bit about how you came into that look.
Well, it's a little wet right now. I got out of the shower, but my dad he's had one for a long time. And I've never really had long hair. So a couple of my buddies had one before me, and I was like, what the heck, I'm gonna grow a mullet. And it wasn't something I just did just to go on The Voice with, I just happened to have it, a little while before I went on The Voice, and it just all fell in place together. They really liked my mullet. Everybody, I guess you could say everybody, some people probably didn't like the mullet when I was on the show, but majority of the people I think did. And it's kind of how it all went down. I kind of just wanted to grow one,
So the mullet's definitely made a comeback. I mean, I've been seeing it everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Even young kids are sporting them now.
Oh, yeah.
And if COVID taught us anything, it's that we can be anything we want to be. It's time to change the hairstyles, because for a time there just wasn't access to getting to the hairdresser or the barbershop. So now is the time to make the change, do something different, have fun with it. Kenzie, thank you for being here on the show. Yeah. It's great to get to know you a little bit more. I don't think this is the end of the story for us. I think we're going to have a lot more to cover with you. Let's stay in touch. We'd love to tell everybody how to stay in touch with you. So if people want to follow your journey, they want to hear some more of your music, what's the best way for people to hear from you?
So if they want to listen to my music and my recent album in 2018 or my voice collection, any platform, like Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, it's on YouTube too. They're on every platform. So, and two, if they want to keep in touch with me, Instagram, Facebook, Instagram's Kenzie Wheeler Music, Facebook's Kenzie Wheeler Country or Kenzie Wheeler. I have a YouTube account too, just Kenzie Wheeler, obviously. And Twitter, I don't use Twitter too much, but so, and then my email's on all my accounts. So if people want to contact me for shows or, book me anywhere, that's how people can get in touch with me. So wheelsupmusic@gmail.com. That's my email. So
I love it. I love it. Well, Kenzie, thank you for being on the show today. We're going to stay in touch. We love that you put our small town on the map, on national television, on The Voice, and you made us real proud. So we'll stay in touch, Kenzie, and we'll watch your journey continue.
Well, thank you. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks again to Kenzie Wheeler. What an incredible and humble young man. We're so lucky to have him here in our community and excited that he's going to have such a presence in our community over the next number of months. I believe he's got a show coming up, right? Is that Marie?
That's right. He's going to be playing a show in August at our own Dallas Bowl. So I'll definitely be getting tickets for that show. I can't wait to see him up on stage performing.
Well, and there's nothing like performing at the Strawberry Festival. So I think either one of those shows are going to be amazing. But the Strawberry Festival is just an amazing experience into itself. And so it'll be great to see a local guy, on such a big stage here, given that so many amazing artists have taken the stage at the Strawberry Festival.
Absolutely, 100%.
Well, as always, we want to bring you up to speed on what's happening in the community and the amazing stories that you can find in your Osprey Observer print edition. So, Marie, what's going on?
We've got a few neat stories we've been publishing over the last month or two. One is, over the pandemic, a group of neighbors in River Hills actually built their own nature trail with their own boardwalk. They got the neighbors together, they did construction projects, and they actually built their own nature trail walking path through their neighborhood. So well done to the residents of River Hills. Way to take, something that kept us all home, but also put us outside being active and make it something of a gift for the whole community. So that was a great story. We did interview on site a few weeks ago, the Fields and Table. We got to go there and do our on-site interview at the grocery store. And just a couple of weeks ago, they finally did their grand opening and had the Dakin Dairy cow there that you could milk. They had the Yoder's ice cream. They had the Boar's Head hot dog truck. They did a really great job. They're a locally owned grocery store right here in Riverview, just off of Bomboyette and McMullen. Excellent store. I'm trying to support them on a weekly basis. They have such great fresh produce. Of course, the guacamole bar, the pineapple slicer, the fresh orange juice squeeze.
The orange juice is out of this world. I mean, I can't get enough of that stuff. And, especially now as I'm getting older, the acidic stuff sometimes gets to me. Not with that orange juice. It is so pure, natural. I mean, you literally make it right there on the spot. That alone is worth going to visit them.
I totally agree with you. And then the final story to share this time is we love our coffee shops, right? We know how much we love to go have coffee. It's also sort of an active social activity that we feel like we can get back to now. And we do have a new coffee shop coming to town called Raining Berries, acai bowls, coffee, and more. It's going to be right in the Collection on Brandon Boulevard near Home Centric, Salons by JC, in the Chuck E. Cheese Plaza. It's going to be called Raining Berries. So we are looking for them to open in about a month.
Well, that's exciting. And for more on that and other stories, make sure you pick up your print edition of the Osprey Observer. And of course, you can catch these stories as well online at ospreyobserver.com. On behalf of Marie Gilmore, I'm Johnny Torres. Thank you so much for watching Osprey Observer TV. We'll catch you next time.